All right, good morning. As you know, today is your first hands-on test. It's chapters 1 through 3. I have emailed it out to you, but I'm going to spend about 10 minutes going over it. The test is due by midnight tonight. So like I said in the email, I'll go over it for about 10 minutes, and I am taping right now. Tomorrow we'll go over chapters 5 and 6. Now, the majority of this test is on chapters 1 to 3. You may have to take a look at anything in chapter 4 to get a little bit more on CSS, but the CSS that's on this test, in my opinion at least, is fairly limited. All right, so let's take a quick look here. Well, and tomorrow we're going to go over chapter 5, how to use the box model, and chapter 6, how to use CSS for page layout. Sometimes people ask too, we're having the test today on Wednesday. I'm not sure when I'll grade it, but he'll be graded by this weekend. All right. And what I'm going to try to do this semester, better than I did last semester, is send you back a copy of the test page, and it'll be marked up with what I took off and how many points, and a little description as to why, if I took anything off. All right. Now, please remember, if you have not done so, because some people in the class still have not, to go out here and follow the steps here, that if you have created your GitHub repository, that you send me an invite. And I also know that people have had various problems with their GitHub repos as well. All right. But if you're not sure, just send me something and say, hey, can you get this? All right. I know that at least one or two of you have sent me things saying, hey, have you received this? And I look and I don't know, if you haven't sent me if you have not yet sent me an invite, I'm searching through GitHub trying to find the name of your repository. All right, so please send me an invite. All right, so let's take a quick look at the test then. All right, so yeah, use your textbook, use the internet, use whatever you need. Now it says all CSS must be placed in an external style sheet unless otherwise stated. So if you're told to use external CSS, it'll go in the external file. If you're told to use embedded CSS, it'll go in style tags on that page. And if you're told to use inline CSS, all right, it'll go right into the element. We talked about that before. All right. So hopefully you did this yesterday already, but if you didn't, go out to the folder you have for the class in your Git repository, or in that folder for the class, and make a new folder named HOTS. All right, as it says, make sure to place everything into that folder. All right, that's 5 points right there just for doing that. Then put a folder in the HOTS folder called Hot1 and add those 5 pages. So that's 10 points before you've really even added anything. So hopefully, that'll make sense to people and you'll be able to do that. All right, next, use relative hyperlinks to go back and forth, and we've done this. Again, if you're confused, I did do that site in class and I put the link to it out there. I did yesterday did the pretest and put that out there. All right. Again, the hyperlink should be found at the bottom of each page. Now on the, I took the picture off, but you can either put those things in there the way I have. In other words, when they're just an unordered list, top to bottom, or if you want to take a quick look at what we'll be doing very soon, it's not very difficult. It's just a CSS command you have to add basically to make them go, instead of going vertically, you can make them go horizontally. If you don't want to do that you do not have to. So that's 15 points. All right. On the index page, use a heading tag that says home. I would recommend using H1 tags for all these, and a paragraph tag to introduce yourself, just a sentence or two. So now that's 20 points. On the resume page, use an unordered list, UL tags with LIs, and have bullet items for a resume. And it says you can build one from scratch. I don't know if the stuff you put on there is true or not. All right, so there's 25 points. On the portfolio page, use another heading that says portfolio and a paragraph that explains that this is the page that will include examples that you're going to be working on. In other words, this is going to hold the work that you are about to do. All right. And that really the portfolio page, what's going to happen is at the end of the semester, you're going to create an electronic portfolio. And you can just say that if you want. This page will hold my electronic portfolio that will be created at the end of the semester and updated in subsequent semesters, something like that. So that's 30. On the coursework page, again, just a paragraph on there that says you're a student at Rankin, and this is where your day-to-day coursework is going to be. And when it says an absolute link, that means it's going to start with HTTPS. All right. And really, I wouldn't even use this. I don't know. This is old, but I believe that now we're https://rankin.edu. I think that's what we are. Now, if you did the other one, if you followed what's on your page and you put http://www.rankin.edu, I wouldn't take off for that. All right. All right. On the contact page, put a heading in there. It's even simpler than what we did on the pretest. Create an email link. That's a mail to. If you're not sure what that is, look up mail to, MAILTO. There's a little more to it than that. And I think it was explained in your text. Otherwise, we did go over it in class. So that's 40 points. Next, add an external style sheet, all right, in a new CSS folder. The style sheet should be called styles.css. Link to that in each of your 5 pages. So that's 2 points. Well, really, it's basically doing the linking is probably going to be a point each on each page, and then creating the folder and creating the file is going to be another 5 points. So that's 50 points. This one you may find difficult, but there's all sorts of color generators. All that we're asking here is that you use 3 colors. So you can use, for example, you could use one color for the background for your footer on the bottom of the page, one color for the rest of the background on the page, one color for your text, or something else. All right, and that's 5 points. So that's 55 points. Next, choose 3 sans serif fonts, not New Roman, and put them in the font family tag in the body selector. So under body, you'll have body, curly brace, and then amongst other things, font dash family colon, and then you'll put in those 3 sans serif fonts. Use embedded CSS. Again, that's a style tag that you use inside of a page. So it's just to change the size of the paragraphs only on the home page. All right. Number 13, and I don't know how, but 13 is in here twice, it looks like. It is. Okay. So it says use inline CSS to change the color of the headings on each page. So you'll have to put that on each page. I wish that one wasn't even in there, but it is. Number 13, the other number 13 is, and I showed you an example of this yesterday about using the margin 0 auto. All right, or a margin auto. Okay, so you can go back and look at that if you need to. 14 and 15, basically just say add comments. Remember that an HTML comment is a less than sign, an exclamation point, dash, dash, and it ends with dash, dash, greater than sign. It can be one line, it can be multiple lines. And do the same for CSS, where CSS comments are a slash followed by an asterisk to start the comment, and an asterisk followed by a slash to end the comment. Again, it can be one line or multiple lines. Finally, validate the CSS page. All right. Now it says provide screenshots. How do you do that? Well, let's say I wanted a screenshot of what I'm doing right here on my screen, right there. All right. Then what I can do is on your on your keyboard way up on top, you should have a key someplace that either has the word print screen or it says PRTSC. You hit that key, then the easiest thing to do is to go into Paint. Everybody's got Paint on their machine, and just paste it in. So I just pasted in that page from the text. That's the easiest way. At a minimum, make sure that you validated the CSS page and each HTML page. Finally, upload the completed project to your GitHub repository. Now, if for whatever reason you have problems with Git, GitHub, or whatever. Let's suppose for a minute that you do, and it's just not working. You're trying, you can't get a hold of me, or whatever. All right, so let's pretend here that this was your pretest. All right, so it's in here. I mean, I'm sorry, your test. So this is, HOTS, and inside of here you've got another folder that has hot1 or whatever it is you're supposed to be calling it. And in here, you've got all your stuff. So in here are your CSS files or your HTML files, etc. So you've got all that stuff in there. And now it's just not working. You can't get it to work. If that happens, in the worst case, take this folder right there, right mouse click on it, and choose send to zipped folder, and that'll zip it right here. And then email me the zip folder. I don't want you to do that, but if you have problems with your with Git and GitHub, that is something that you can do. I'll allow that for the first test. If you want, feel free to send me an email when you have finished the test saying, hey, I've uploaded it. Can you check and see if you've got it? And I'll be happy to do that. So unless there's any other questions any questions from anyone right now, I'm finished. So you've got until midnight tonight to turn the test in. Does anyone have any questions? All right, then I will talk to you at 8:05 tomorrow morning. I am online. I will be online. I'm just going to go and grab myself a water, but I'll be online until noon. I've got class from noon till 4, and I'll be on. I'll be checking my phone, and I'll be checking the computer here probably every 15 minutes until about 10 o'clock tonight. All right, good luck, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning at 8:05. See you then.
Have a good day, sir.
You too.